Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike Green. I'm one of the owners of 1A Auto. I want to help you save time and money repairing and maintaining your vehicle. I'm going to use my 20+ years experience restoring and repairing cars and trucks like this to show you the correct way to install parts from 1AAuto.com. The right parts installed correctly. That's going to save you time and money. Thank you and enjoy the video.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the driver's side power window regulator on this 2001 VW Passat. The regulator is the same for any 98 to 05 Passat, although I believe removing the door panel is different from the 02 to the 05. The tools you'll need for 98 to 01 are a flat blade screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, T25 Torx Driver, a door panel clip tool or a putty knife, 10mm socket and ratchet or a wrench, a drill with a 1/4-inch drill bit, and some painter's tape. You want to start by using a screwdriver. There's a little inner panel on your door pull, and you pry that out right in the middle, and then take it out carefully. And now use your flat blade screwdriver and pry in the back, and there are clips all around the edge of that panel, so you just kind of pull it up. It takes a firm pull, but it comes right out. And then on the bottom side there is a connector. Just press a tab and pull the connector free. Where you removed that panel from, there are 3 Phillips screws that hold the panel to the door, and then underneath there are 2 T25 screws that hold the panel to the door. Fast forward here as I remove those 3 screws. Be careful not to drop them. You might use a magnet to pull them out of the little caverns they're in, and then remove the screws from down the bottom. Okay, now that it's unscrewed, either a putty knife or a door panel clip tool. Pull the bottom out some, put your knife in, and go until it stops, and then pull, and go until it stops again, pull. Okay. Same thing for the back side. Now with those clips released, pull the panel out and then up. Okay, to disconnect the door handle, pull the door handle out a little bit like you're opening the door, and then push this hook up through, and then it should slide right out. And after your door handle's disconnected, then there's a series of harnesses. They all just have little tabs that you push down and pull the connector out. It's hard to video really any of them. The only difference is the light, the courtesy light at the bottom of the door has kind of little ears that you need to pry out with a screwdriver and pull them down. And all these different connectors just have tabs, either push or the courtesy light. You need to pry up on these tabs to pull it out. All these ones just have tabs that you push. Here's my new regulator from 1A Auto, and I have it, you're looking at the inside of the panel, and what happens a lot on these vehicles is this cable breaks, and you know when that happens because it usually makes like a popping sound, and then you hear a lot of grinding. And then when you activate your window switch, you can hear a motor running, but nothing's happening with the window. Now on my car here, you can see that actually my whole assembly is fine. So I'm going to show you how to remove the panel, and I'll show you some of what you need to do to switch over to the new regulator. But I am going to reinstall my original because it's still in good shape. Most likely when you hear that popping or grinding noise, you'll be able to grab onto your window, and you may have to remove this piece of weather strip here. You just pull up. Your window will probably go down, not come back up, but you can usually reach in, grab your window, and pull it up. And what you want to do is you want to pull it up basically to this level where there's a couple inches between the top of the window and the frame, and secure it, maybe with some painter's tape or something like that. And then once you do that, you can come in here, and there are 2 10mm bolts, one there and then one right behind this door here. Okay, and those bolts hold the window to the regulator. So I'm going to do two steps here. I'm going to pull out all these clips for the wiring harnesses and disconnect all the harnesses, and then I'm going to remove, either loosen or remove these bolts to free the window. Okay, I'm just going to speed up as I pull those clips out. Usually you can kind of pull them to one side, reach back in there, kind of push one of the teeth to the side, pull it out, and then pull the rest of them out without breaking. On this harness for the window motor, you pull a tab down and the harness pulls off. Now loosen these two 10mm bolts. Okay. Lift your window up. Speed it up here again as I just secure that window up with the painter's tape. Okay, now I'm going to remove all the bolts around the edge of the panel. Start this one below the speaker. Okay, I'm going to speed up quite a bit here. Those are 10mm bolts. So I'm using a 10mm socket with a ratchet extension. And once you have all those bolts out, then you'll want to use a flat blade screwdriver or some type of tool, and you kind of start prying the panel away from the door. It's kind of on there with some adhesive, so you pry with the screwdriver as well as pull with your fingers, and you can break it mostly away except for the area up around the door lock knob. Okay, now there's two rivets that hold the lock mechanism to the panel. I'm just using a screwdriver to push those through. Okay, once you push those through, then there's just a little clip for this wiring harness. You actually just squeeze little tabs on it, push that through as well. Okay. You can take your door harness, push it through the hole, then you lift your panel up. Okay. And just get the harness out of the way. Bring it up over your door lock and then down. Okay, and right in here there's a harness connection. Take a flat blade screwdriver, and there should be a tab right here that you push down on with your screwdriver, and then you can pull, while you're pushing down with that screwdriver, you can pull this connector right off. Get that off, pull this back through. Okay, and then just make sure you feed your door panel cable, or your door handle cable, your inside door handle cable through and bring it out. Okay, now you're going to want to switch your window motor from your old to your new. So there's 3 T25 Torx screws. Remove those. Okay, your new one, you want to take your motor. Here's your speaker hole. Your motor faces up and away. You can kind of just lay it in there like that. Okay, and this is obviously clipped together, so you'll need to cut this. You want to hold this gear in here and then cut the wire tie. Flip that right over. Move the motor in place. Put it down like that. Okay, Okay, I'll speed it up here again as I start those 3 screws and then tighten them up nice and firm. And obviously you want to make sure that that gear does not come out with the wires around it because it's very hard to get back together.
So there's your motor switched over. Okay, I am going to reuse my old one because there's nothing wrong with it, but I do want to show you how to remove the speaker. Take a nice skinny punch here. Okay, and knock the center of the rivet right out. And now you want to take a drill. This is a 1/4 inch bit. Okay, just slowly drill this rivet out. Okay, rivet comes off. Okay, then you can actually take your speaker, once you have that head of the rivet, kind of pry it up off the rivet head. Okay, and then repeat that for all 4 and take the speaker off. Okay, so you can see I didn't take off my speaker because I'm going to reuse my original plate, but you would want to just bolt the speaker back together with a small bolt, 4 of them actually, obviously.
Okay, we'll speed up here as I put that nut and bolt in.
And then after you've got the speaker set, you would want to change over all your other plugs. These just kind of pull right out, and then obviously reinstall on your new panel. Okay, all these clips, if you just kind of reach in the back, they have just held in by little ears. Just kind of squeeze them on the back side, and they'll come out and reinstall. Okay, to reinstall your assembly, first you're going to want to put your door lock up through there, and then you have to put the bottom of the regulator in. Okay, now you want to reach in behind and put your door latch cable on the other side of the regulator. And pull it through. Okay, and then out through there. Pull your harness out. Put this through. Reach up in, reconnect your door lock, and reconnect and put this clip in place here. This here. Okay. And now kind of put your panel in place. Okay. Start one of the bolts up here. Okay, reach in here and push this back into place.
Okay, and actually what I'm doing is use my finger to pull the door lock assembly, the rivets back onto the metal door panel.
Okay. Put this.
And I'm going to speed it up here as I put the harnesses back together. I reconnect the power window motor and put most of the harnesses back in their places. Okay, and now just keep the fast forward going as I thread in the bolts that hold the panel in place, and then tighten them up. And when you tighten them up, you want to tighten them up firm. They don't have to be incredibly tight though.
Okay, so I've got my key on and my window switch plugged in, and you can see actually that my window is basically, or my window regulator is in the right position.
When you put it in, when you first put it in, maybe it's not in the right position. So what you want to do is kind of move it up so you can get to everything really nice and easy. Now you can take your tape off your window. Carefully slide it down into place and make sure it gets seated right in there well. And then tighten up these two bolts. Okay, put this plug back. Put this plug back. Make sure this plug is through here. Okay, quick test now. Window goes down. Thumbs back up. Everything looks good. Now we can put our door panel back on. Okay. The locks. It's probably easiest. Bring it just like this, so you can see in here pretty well. And put everything in the right spot. Okay. Hook up your light. Rotate it up, make sure that goes up into there, pull it through, connect this there, this here, and then put your door cable in. Okay, put the hook into the door handle, then pull it back and push it back into place. Okay, push your panel closer and put your lock rod up through. Okay, again, make sure you have the power window and lock harness. Push your panel and lock the top on. Okay, speed up substantially. Pop all your clips back into the door and then put the two lower screws back in. Found it easiest just to actually get right down there so you can see, and put them in, and then put your 3 Phillips screws in that hold the middle of the panel. Okay. Put our this switch, put it down into place. Make sure you lock it in there well, and put our. We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.oneauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.